Chelsea is Kepa Arrizabalaga.
And what's so great about that is Mendy's the first one on his back celebrating, and that's really great team spirit, isn't it? Fantastic save at the end there, and good work from Tuchel. It's got to be said.
Cue the celebrations. And you've got to be happy for him, because he finds it so hard to get a game these days, because Mendy came to the club and was irreplaceable last season. But he came off the bench, he hadn't touched the ball, he saved 2 penalties, a significant one from Albiol. Chelsea have won the Super Cup and Kepa's the toast of the town.
Yeah, and that's all you can do. When you get called upon, and he was called upon, he made the saves. And have won Chelsea the trophy. You see how much it means to him. So a difficult year, hasn't he? He's played nice and strong, and he gets his rewards tonight. He gets his moments in the sun.
So Chelsea get it done via the shootout, despite the fact that Havertz missed the first one. Azpilicueta, Alonso, Mount, Jorginho, Pulisic and Rudiger. And the 2 big saves from Kepa Arrizabalaga to deny Mendy. And then even more significantly in sudden death, a save from Raul Albiol. And after 90 minutes plus 30 more, Chelsea have won the 2021 UEFA Super Cup here in Belfast.
And look at his centre of attention, a man who's not been centre of attention for so long at Chelsea, Kepa Arrizabalaga. And he is the reason, or one of the reasons, that you can see Chelsea's name being inscribed on the trophy here. Commiserations, of course, to Villarreal. They came, they played their part. Their players played really well at times in the game, and their fans, we have to say, they were in here hours before kick-off. They've been vocal throughout, and they will look to compete once again this season in the Champions League. But it's a smile on the face of Thomas Tuchel, and it turns out to be a moment of genius bringing on Kepa. And you know what, when that finished, you could see just the affection for that goalkeeper from his teammates. It was interesting, wasn't it?
He's been under immense pressure, immense scrutiny since he come to the club for various reasons, and I think you see today, after this save here, what his presence is like, what he means to this squad. They were all over him straight away to a man, what it meant to them, and they would bang on him. And I think, listen, obviously Thomas Tuchel knew something that we didn't, and saw something in him. And what you saw, before every penalty was taken, he was right up in the faces of the Villarreal players. Yeah. He's got something about him, he's got personality, there's character, and you get your reward sometimes for hard work, and behind the scenes he's obviously putting in the hard work, and you got his just reward today. Yeah,
that was the most interesting to watch for me, the psychology before the penalties even taken. You know, he knew exactly what he was doing. Obviously Tuchel made that decision, that is his rare decision to take Mendy off, but it was great to see the team spirit as well. Mendy celebrating at the end as well. Great team spirit from Chelsea, and you know, great foundation for them to go on with the season with another trophy.
He's had a tough year, hasn't he? You know, he's been a character that's come in. They spent a lot of money on him, Chelsea. So to have that moment, and the manager to show that faith in him to come on and do the job, Thomas Tuchel can't miss, can he? Everything he does works. Like, you know, we're questioning it because of how well Mendy's played. Kepa's come on and he was fantastic in the penalty shootout. We had a front row view of the psychology, like Annie was saying. You know, it was unbelievable. And whatever this comes from for Kepa, whether this is in the shop window to be sold, because he's come again, and like Rio said, the hard work and the graft, and he's got that moment. Fantastic, brilliant.
And there may well be something in this. You know, it's different because it's not the biggest trophy that Chelsea are going to compete for this season. But you could argue that why not get your reserve goalkeeper on the bench to just focus on penalties for 3 or 4 days before the game, know the opposition inside out, know exactly the direction they're going to play, what they're going to do with the ball, and let them have that as their specialism for the match.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Well, it'd be nice if we can get some insight from Thomas Tuchel in the interview after. It'd be nice to hear that. But I just feel that it points towards the depth of the squad that they've got at Chelsea. That's going to be their strength. I think the depth. Them and Man City have such talent, such an array of talent in all areas of the pitch, that they take people out, and the dynamics of the team, the momentum of the team, the levels in the team doesn't drop. I think everyone else, there are players that you bring in, the level drops. But Chelsea right now seem like they're one of the only 2 teams in the league that doesn't happen.
Absolutely. If you're gonna go on and win a Premier League, you need your squad, and we've still got Lukaku to come in. You look at someone like Chalobah tonight, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, Chalobah was on loan at Ipswich. He's come in, obviously. We know why he's playing today. Thomas Tuchel's seen everything we've seen tonight. You know, he's been brilliant today. So, great squad. Obviously, the team spirit we see there, and a great foundation for them to go on, I think, Chelsea.
And it's one of those nights where if they lose the penalty shootout, we start asking questions about the fatigue, having played an extra 30 minutes and gone through the shootout, and it's not long until they're at home against Crystal Palace. But actually, having won it, suddenly that becomes vital and valuable for the whole season.
You're right, and it's the emotional, because you win a trophy, you don't feel tired now. You get on the plane home and you're excited about Saturday. Yeah, there will be some bumps and bruises, like, you know, losing Ziyech tonight, who's probably been Chelsea's best player in pre-season, is a little blow. But look at the squad. Thiago Silva we didn't see. You know, Reece James, Lukaku's come back. Loftus-Cheek. You know, these are top quality players. So with Chelsea going into this campaign with just a fully functioning, you cannot see no weaknesses around the squad, and I think it'll be Chelsea or Man City this year.
And winning this and getting their hands on this trophy, albeit it's not one of the big trophies that we talk about, and one that you say, this is the one you want on your CV, but it's a trophy, and what is that helping to create? A winning mentality. They've had it in the past with teams. They're now developing that with this team under Tuchel, and this will be another step in the right direction for that winning mentality.
And it's hard to recreate this kind of an atmosphere. When there's a trophy on the line, it's felt different to all four of us in here this evening. Vital for those players. 5 of them, before the Champions League, had never won a domestic trophy.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it before the game. Success breeds success. Winning trophies just feeds that appetite. You want it more, you get addicted to that feeling. So these players will go in knowing, listen, nothing less than fighting for the Premier League title is going to be enough. And they've been fed this summer. Even the players coming off the back of the European Championship. Jorginho has gone and won the Euros. Obviously, Mount got close. You know, there's a lot of winning in that team. And as a former Chelsea player, obviously, I want to see them go on and win. So, no, it's good. It's a great foundation for Chelsea.